In case you missed it, the press stated that prosecutors are compelling Bortland to snitch by trying Melly and him together at the next trial. So a no communication order has been filed in the Melly trial. Keeping Melly and Bortland totally apart, no conversation, no lawyer discussion. Just quiet.
Here, and you can try them together. It is to the benefit of the state to try them together, just more efficient. You don't have to do things again and again, do it all at once. And also you get a better chance of having them incriminate each other during the trial. It benefits the defense to sever it. That way they can point the finger at each other and get away with it. So this is what's going on. But I don't think it should be automatically severed because the state is seeking a penalty for Melly, because it's only the penalty phase of the trial that would be different, not the guilt phase. The guilt phase, it's the same. They're both capital crimes. You're seeking the penalty on one, not the other, but that goes into the second part of the trial, the penalty phase, only if Melly is found guilty.
The judge would then make this announcement public and allow Melly and his lawyers to. The worst aspect is that Bortland will be unable to sit there and take life in jail to the chin if he discovers he didn't do this heinous crime. As a result, he is likely to accuse Melly and turn on him. Thankfully, occurred at a favorable time because, as the press reported, Melly's lawyers submitted the necessary documents to have him released on bond pending his trial in September. Since we witnessed Melly's mother give us an update on his bond release, they are quite certain that Melly will be released from jail this time.
Just still praying. I know I said I would I'll keep everybody updated with what's happening. I know right now we're waiting. So basically the judge is going to do, I guess, a written order. So we're just waiting, and that order can come any minute, or it could come tomorrow. I don't know. So we're just waiting. We're just waiting. So everybody just keep praying, keep having faith. Oh, Tessa, stop. I've been crying too. It's been a long time coming, you know.
Melly's attorneys reportedly suggested posting an undisclosed amount that would be covered by his record label, 300 Entertainment. They promised everyone that Melly would be placed under home arrest, wear an ankle monitor, and have 24-hour security to watch him if the judge approved the bond. Melly Coming Home was written by a rapper, and I believe it was intended to show that Melly isn't receiving humane treatment in prison, which is why everyone thought the package was .in.
You saw Melly's statement just saying how he's been hurt, how he's scared for his life. As a mother, how did that make you feel?
It's heartbreaking. It made me feel completely helpless. Broward Sheriff's Office definitely needs to be investigated. I mean, they are making up their own rules. We tried to go to court about this situation. The judge really doesn't have any jurisdiction when it comes to the jail, because we actually had a hearing about the mistreatment of him, and the jail they make their own rules. And I don't think that's fair, because I know that they need to answer to someone too.
And they produced GPS evidence from the first trial that showed Melly hiding in a bush and escaping the scene.
The part where he's saying that someone just shot the car up and was trying to shoot them. So I asked him if he was okay, where he was, and he's like, there's a car coming behind him, like hiding. He was like, there's some, yeah. He's like, yeah, there's some. I think they're still out here or something. So I'm like, are you okay? He's like, I'm okay. I said, well, where are Sack and Juvie? And he said, I don't know if they're in the car. I think they're...
The fact that no firearm was ever found during the crime, however, provided more support for the drive-by allegations, according to Melly's lawyer, who implied that the guilty party would have taken the weapon with them.
So the first thing is I didn't have a firearm, so I can't know which firearm I'm going to use in order to replicate any of my tests. So I can't make tests for this determination because I don't know what was used.
Okay.
He had the best chance of being freed. The prosecutors did. Something disturbing that made many people think that the legal system is corrupt. They are now pursuing Bortland and Melly's ex-girlfriend, Mariah Hamilton, who has been evading U.S. authorities since Melly's first trial, when she was supposed to testify against him but did not show up. Locking her.
Mariah Hamilton is spending her first day at the Broward County Jail. She has no arrest record until now. U.S. Border Patrol agents arrested her at Miami International Airport Monday after she arrived on an international flight. Court records show Hamilton was ordered to testify in Demon's first trial in 2023.
In exchange for Mariah's release, the judge decided to let her testify against Melly, which is terrible for Melly. On Facebook, Mariah wrote, "I am grateful to my village. I adore all of you. Not my plan, but God's." Prosecutors obtained evidence linking Melly to witness tampering with Mariah, which carries a further life sentence if found guilty, regardless of whether Melly removed Saakaser and Juvie.
State filing 6 new charges against Demons and 2 others who were allegedly involved. The charges include tampering with a witness, directing the activities of a criminal, solicitation or conspiracy to commit tampering, and unlawful use of a two-way communication device. Now, a couple of those charges actually carry a life in prison sentence if there's a conviction.
This is different from his present case, which involves the death of Saakaser and Juvie due to witness manipulation. Melly has been barred from using the jail phones for months. In fact, things were so terrible that his mother declared in an interview, "It's not fair."
My son has not been convicted of anything, and even other inmates that have been convicted or anything, they have the right to use a telephone. They have a right to be allowed to write letters to their loved ones, to receive their mail. They hold his mail, they don't give it to him.
The witness tampering charge against him is the sole reason he is not allowed to communicate, since Melly tried to put Bortland under the bus at the first trial. The prosecution cannot afford for him to further undermine the case. To make matters worse, they are trying to get Bortland, Melly's best friend, to turn against
for his lives. Cortland Henry shows up at Memorial Hospital, Miramar. You don't see him sitting there, but where you will see him sitting is in the driver's seat of a car with 2 bodies, a car riddled with bullets. And when he shows up with a change of clothing, change of shirt, powder residue on his hands, evidencing that he had discharged a firearm. And he lies. He lies about where the incident occurred. He lies about how it occurred. And he lies about not having a phone. I think it was Miss Bradley herself who said, everybody has a phone in his pocket, not Cortland Henry.
After Saakaser and Juvie brought in an investigator to hide the firearm powder on Bortland's hands after it was discovered that he had lied to the federal government, he was the last person.
So the right hand of Cortland Henry contained 0 particles characteristic of shot residue and 2 two-component particles, and the left hand contained 1 particle characteristic of shot residue and 1 two-component particle.
Okay. And can you explain to us what that means?
Basically, overall, there was shot residue present on the hands.
Bortland showed his disdain for Melly's lawyer's tactics by writing, "Mind games don't work on people like me," along with a handshake, symbol that suggests he's accepting a deal. Furthermore, Bortland lied to the police to conceal Melly's identity. So if he and Melly are tried in the same trial, the interrogation from the night of the crime would be utilized.
Hey, tell me what happened.
Man, I was playing music, getting off the exit. I was already getting sleepy, almost home, you know what I'm saying? And like, just out of nowhere, like, I just heard, you know what I'm saying? So, and I ducked down, you know what I'm saying, in the car,
Hey, well, Ashley,
and I almost crashed the car.
Let me back you up a few minutes. Where were you coming from?
I was coming from the studio, from Fort Lauderdale.
Fort Lauderdale studio. Which way did you take?
I took I-75, 595 to
75.
Expressway. Yeah.
Then you took 75.
But since Bortland would be caught lying, the police can know that his assertion is untrue.
The hard part where we're having a hard time to understand is that We shut down that entire area, and we had officers shoulder to shoulder walk it out. They didn't find as much as one shell casing. They didn't find one piece of glass. Nothing. Nothing to what you said adds up. And it's hard.
Bro, I'm telling you, bro, that's the class.
I mean, for whatever reason, your two friends, are these your good friends?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. These my like,
these your two, I'm assuming close friends.
Yeah, we got.
And you're doing them an inservice by not telling us the truth.
I'm telling you the truth, sir. I don't like. How? What do you want?
How do you make shell casings disappear?
I don't know. How can I tell you about a shell case?
But Bortland tried to cut the talk short when he realized the officers didn't trust him, which made the interrogation more difficult.
Y'all the story, and that's it, bro. I don't even want to talk about it anymore. Like, cause I told y'all. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know.
Okay, just so you know, all right, because you're saying, well, I don't want to talk anymore. There's going to be a lot more questions. There's, and we're not trying to piss you off. The thing is, we don't know your friends.
Yeah.
So the reason we have to ask all these questions, because the more we know about your friends, your lifestyle, your friend's lifestyle, your friends, his friends, and the circumstances surrounding today, the more, the easier it's going to be for us to try and solve.
The officer would restart and pose new queries to Bortland, such as how was Bortland driving? Has he collided with him?
I'm driving, ducking for my life, trying to make sure I don't get hit. And you telling me, you telling me about shit. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to make sure I don't get hit. I'm driving. I'm trying to make sure I don't get hit. You know what I'm saying? What I'm gonna be worried about? You know what I'm saying?
I know it's not for you to worry about.
Shit crazy, bro.
But if you tell me it happened there's got to be some evidence there. There's going to be broken glass, just like there's broken glass over here when you guys open the doors and stuff like that. Okay, there's going to be broken glass over there when the windows got out. There's going to be casings from the people at your car. Okay, there's going to be evidence over there. Okay, right now there's nothing. I kind of think I know what happened because I got information.
But Bortland's persistent lying would annoy the officer, who would then question him. Would you tell me who did this?
By just telling me the truth, even if it's something that I don't want to hear, but I respect the truth rather than BS, okay? And a simple question. If you knew who did this, okay? You may or may not know. If you knew who did this, would you tell me? It's either a yes or no question. Answer.
Honestly.
Yeah, honestly. The truth. You wouldn't?
Because I wouldn't want to be a part of that. I wouldn't want to be.
Melly sent a text message hours after the crime some of the information they have against her. But instead of answering with his voice, Bortland nodded his head, nay, showing that he knew more than what he was sharing, out of concern that his voice would break in front of the officer.
The Gambino account asked him if he was okay, and his response was, I did that, and placed a smiley face emoji.
And the next message from 10/26/2018 at 16:02 from Eastern Standard Time. The YNW Melly count says what?
After that, SHHHH.
Furthermore, Melly's phone was found to contain a video of Bortland and Melly appearing shortly after the crime was.
Melly still turned regardless of what happened this early morning. He's still out here being very positive. Turned still. Hey! The dog still turned, regardless of what happened. You already know.
Furthermore, Melly's phone was found to contain a video of Bortland and Melly appearing shortly after the crime was done.
Did Don really tell you that Melly told him that he was two friends?
He ain't come out and say, like, we got into an argument. And so, if when people could say something without saying it. And so he told me, like, once I posted what I posted, Von was mad at me. Bro, why you put up there, bro? Walter Bam. I'm like, you sitting up here like you know the love we got. You do this for us, but you gonna trust that his two friends? And he said, them was trying to extort him. And so I'm like, if they was trying to extort him, then why are you still around them?
Venn told Oblock members about this before he passed away because Melly was furious that he and Bortland were constantly working to make money while Sackhazer and Juvie were merely following along, earning the same amount while doing little. Melly was supposed to keep this a secret from King Von,